Okay, we live. Okay, we live. Okay. Respect to everybody that's coming in. Respect to everybody that's coming in. Let this thing marinate real quick. Pretty much gonna talk about the next new plays. BlackRock has pretty much bought a little stock company that involves when it comes to biotech and medical, a pharmaceutical company that's easily has to be one of the most undervalued due to the fact that it's $1.27, and BlackRock has bought millions and plan to buy more millions of it. It has successful trials, plus it can go up from 1 to 3 easily, $1 to $3 easily, probably even more if it has more continued success. Plus, you got Elon already trying to make a fast track move on getting chips involved of humans, trying to pretty much make it a combination of part tech, part human biology. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan or proponent on that, but Tesla should be able to see a rise as well due to the fact that everything is pretty much going to be trucking forward when it comes to that. So all the uh, all the world news that's going on now, RTX, pretty much defense contracting stock that I also recommend and we also analyze as well on the channel, is pretty much geared up to be able to rise as well due to the fact of foreign policy and geopolitical type of nature that's going on. Plus, very innovative ways of be able to have drones and also 3D printers as well. Is going to be like this 1-2 combination of getting actually one of the most expected and faster returns, that and also the weed stocks is mentioned. Um, Corporations and companies is pretty much geared up and leveled on figuring out what's their next move on how to be able to shift capital around. So everything is pretty much going to be on a fast, rapid upward mobility. Plus, economy is opening up, and with the economy opening up, it's pretty much going to really gear up a lot of people's, hopefully, a lot of people's pockets when it comes to employment. Due to the fact that employment's running low, there's actually been more claims of unemployment, and the reversal. The reversal is pretty much how to fix the damage. It's going to be a huge, huge hill to climb due to the fact that they have to be able to make sure that more liquidity is running through corporations, companies, and small business can be able to operate without any issue, and plus know any type of new or avoid any type of new heavy-handed tax approaches or pretty much wage mandatories like the $15 an hour would have definitely hurt a lot of small businesses, and that would have made corporations like Amazon even stronger. Hence, that it doesn't effectively fix the problem. When it comes to economical stuff, if I was the economic advisor, I would definitely suggest a 10% tax cut below for people below $90,000 a year in order to be able to stimulate spending and also provide more opportunities to be able to regenerate the economy. A quarterly stimulus due to the fact that we're going to be able to be to the point where certain corporations and banks can't be able to do certain business due to the fact that liquidity isn't driving the full-fledged and the force to be able to gather a GDP beyond the previous pre-COVID numbers. Plus, it would have to take either WPA system, workforce programs, and a lot of resources in order to be able to regenerate the economy. But if I was the Treasury Department or economic advisor, it'd have to be 10% tax cut when it comes to people making under 90,000. So people that are low level, low wage workers, they can be able to save at least around $750 to $1,100 a month in taxes with a 10 to 15% cut in the tax bracket. A lot of scenarios would be work grants, micro loans for real estate. I believe in the real estate down payment programs, but it has to be very, very targeted, and it needs to be departments that's running it and making sure that there's proper auditing services where people can actually get to the help. People can be able to actually get into houses, and it don't have any restrictions tight restrictions. It has to be at least the houses from 250 to 300 above instead of the restrictive 150 type of down payment assistance in certain homes and areas. But it would have to be it had to be something of a 10% tax cut in order to be able to make sure people have enough money to be able to put in their pocket. And then also have to make sure that we don't cut corporate taxes too deep, because when corporate taxes are cut too deep, people in the local areas suffer the most due to the fact that they would have to recoup the money back due to the fact when tax cuts in Jobs Act of 2017, people that actually saw the benefit were the people that had their LLC ready and pretty much living inside their LLC and do what they call a S corporation when they're incorporating that type of entity as a pass through. People usually create a holding company, a trust, insurance policies, self-employment pensions when it comes to adding LLCs. Now those are pretty much the investment securities. At least for the insurance policy, that would be considered an investment security. Having proper precautions ready when it comes to, say, if this administration pretty much raise up taxes, it would have to be a LLC that would pretty much make sure that you're covered. Now, people that are workers or people that are not workers, contractors, 1099 contractors, they're pretty much going to get hit the most specifically. But the $15 an hour, even though we do need a natural wage growth, but forcing things is pretty much restrictive, and it also destroys businesses that have 20 employees. Oh, my fault. Somebody calling me. I fault y'all. Somebody's calling me. But when it comes to ability to have everything structured, people are living through their business. People are trying to be able to figure out business credit, and people are trying to figure out what's the avenues on how can I be able to leverage something, and I can be able to increase the limits as I go. So when it comes to having a proper business horizon, and proper financial modeling correct, it would have to be you understanding that your basis would have to be setting aside money away. That's why, that's why Pacific direct tax cut does actually work, due to the fact that people have more set asides where they can be able to take home more instead of having more money withholding. And that's why contractors is slightly better than a worker due to the fact that, they get the money up front, but they would have to organize their own and prep their own taxes by themselves instead of pretty much relying on somebody else. But as long as the person has the ability to keep all his receipts, so they can be able to itemize on their taxes and be able to figure out how can they be able to shrink their tax bill as much as possible and as legal as possible needed to be able to mitigate taxes. So when it comes to the basis of the economy, I would say Biden-Harris stimulus check one March, middle March. The second package probably around July. And the third package, I would say either December or January of next year, due to the fact that they need liquidity. Banks need liquidity. There's certain corporations that are pretty much hemorrhage on this little GameStop little short squeeze situation. Uh, it's a lot of opportunities that's pretty much out there when it comes to companies that are still on a discount right now before the opening of the economy, because the opening of the economy would definitely lead to a boom. And with the boom, we can be able to see oil and gas potentially go back to either pre COVID numbers or close to it. So, ExxonMobil and also oil and gas cryptocurrencies as well. That's pretty much another good little niche as well. And speaking about cryptocurrency, Doge done went up again. How ironic how Doge done went up and managed to get another gain. Now that probably will go up from 5 cents to 20 cents easily. Cardano is up 62 cents now after being like 37 to 42 cents, teetering back and forth. But for all the people that's coming in, please like the video. And this is an open panel. If anybody wants to be able to hop on, this is an open panel. My little dialogue. But when it comes to regaining jobs back, it would definitely have to be a uh, directed stimulus work programs and not hurting the American people, because the American people usually gets done in when it comes to tax hikes due to the fact that they are a W-2 worker, and the rich that they're trying to attack, they don't do W-2s. Everything is operated on LLCs, trust accounts, private holding companies, and they're pretty much operating as a corporate citizen. And regular people that get an LLC with an S corporation or an LLC with a C corporation, they can pretty much live off the hog when it comes to being a corporate citizen without being the corporate citizen. Usually businesses around 80,000 to 90,000 usually set up those entities. A lot of people stash away 30, 40,000 in a self-employed pension that's also tax-free. So people that set aside 40, 50,000 like Glennon Cameron does, he's on YouTube. He's also a very good content creator as well. But he pretty much uses that method to be able to figure out how can he be able to shrink the tax bill legally. He used the vehicles necessary. Other people use bonds. Other people buy silver and gold. Others just get insurance policies and pretty much just try to figure out what can they be able to do on that realm in order to either mitigate taxes or grow money for the future and long term, due to the fact that they have enough money to be able to say, okay, do I reinvest? Do I plug out? When I mean plug out, I mean like expand out and branch out into other industries and niches, or invest in a lot of securities that are pretty much on a growth spurt or a growth run. So everything that's going on when it comes to the Super Bowl, media companies is pretty much going to be media company stocks. It's definitely going to be up due to the fact that they can be able to promote all of these products. Pepsi stock is usually up around these times in the Super Bowl. Tostitos, the corporation that owns Tostitos, a lot of food companies as well. So grocery stores pretty much get a good revenue return when it comes to people are flocking to the grocery stores, liquor stores. Get also help when it comes to these distribution companies that rely on liquor store sales. So beverage companies, any type of warehousing specifically, that's where you can be able to find companies that are publicly listed to be able to research on. Uh, Facebook is going to go up due to the fact that they do a lot of Facebook ads for promotions as well. You might gonna see MGM rise up and also Disney rise up due to the fact that they're gonna promote a lot of movies. Hollywood has a lot of making up to do, so when everything opens back up to its full entirety, you can be able to see other scenarios rise up to be able to get opportunity on gains. Traveling, I don't know if corporation and businesses is still going to utilize the Zoom call method in order to be able to conduct business. There's certain companies and states that pretty much says when things open up, we're open up fully. There's other companies that still want to be able to utilize the Zoom. Zoom is still going to be up, and Zoom is expensive as hell to get a single stock, but that's why people do calls and puts and buy contracts, even though the contract will be expensive itself due to the fact that the stock is probably around $300 to $400 right now as we speak. So when you have a lot of opportunities of people either figuring out what's in the niche, what's the sub niche, um, where is the money moving to? And that's why the 13F quarter filings, and I'm gonna put that in the chat as well. 13F can be able to help you find the money because BlackRock is a $1 trillion corporation that pretty much put up a couple $1 million or got a schedule buy of a couple $1 million in TNXP ticker. And this is not financial advice. I repeat again, this is a disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I am an investor and also a market analyst when it comes to the stocks. I do buy these stocks personally. I am not trying to do a pump and dump, nor neither I suggest you to be able to buy. It's pretty much do your own reconnaissance and research and be able to figure out what suits you as well. And this is technically a penny stock. TNXP is technically a penny stock due to the fact that it's still at $1, but it has a company with $60 million, my bad, in market cap. So it's not a small company per se. It has a listed of $60 million involved. So TNXP stock ticker. Respect to you. Respect to you, Ash. Now, the 13F quarter filings is pretty much you can figure out who is moving what and comes to the market, who's tracking down either new business deals. Beyonce and Jay-Z is going to play later on this year is pretty much going to come out with another rollout. And Pepsi is going to go up due to the fact that they have done business, so their pockets go up, and Pepsi stock go up as well. And pretty much the last Super Bowl that they appeared in, Pepsi went up 7% that day. Then the whole week after went up 15%. So that's pretty much the whole history time tracking of figuring out when the Super Bowl happens. You need to be able to find out and track down the money as best as you can. A lot of food stocks is pretty much going to go up. People are going to buy a lot of liquor companies and liquor stocks as well. Liquor distribution and manufacturing is going to go up as well. But this is not financial advice. And let me repeat this again. But this is a stock that has a multi-trillion-dollar company putting up several millions of dollars, and it's at $1.27. I definitely say, only put money that you can afford to lose. And 13F is a quarter filing report. That's something you'd be able to figure out what's going on in the books, who's buying what's going on when it comes to these markets, because these markets move fast and rapid. And also my crypto report. Let me get to my crypto report before I start doing my little quick real estate segment. And also credit repair as well. Hit up my email for anybody that needs credit repair. Okay, Ash. Okay. What top stocks and the upcoming mergers? Okay, when it comes to merger, GERN. GERN. they're planning to have a merger. And also, really, Ash, you got to look for the companies that's getting financing. The companies that are getting loans and the big financing, like Gurn has a lender that's willing to spend, well, not spend, but willing to lend them several millions of dollars. So that shows you that the company is actually a financially stable company. It's actually ran correctly. The management is actually sound. Uh, the revenues and the net profit and the cash net profit is pretty much healthy. Their profit margins is healthy, or they can be able to have a good little side niche in leasing their equipment. So you got to figure out companies that are getting the lending. So if you're going to try to figure out companies on your own and doing your research as well, um, try to figure out who is getting lending per se, because mergers is very rare. It's very rare. Not every corporation is trying to tag team with each other due to the fact that it's a very highly competitive nature. And with mergers, a lot of people get kicked out. You know, uh, Reginald F. Lewis, he pretty much was good when it comes to making mergers and using other people's money, using $40 million here, getting a loan bank from Landon Trust for $100 million there, and putting up several $15 million of his cash in order to be able to put into a big corporation that's probably public. And he did grocery stores as well, so he pretty much capitalized off the niche back in the 80s and 90s before he passed. But the top stocks, Ash, it depends on your nature and the way how you like to trade. I don't know if you heard of options. Tesla is pretty much the big option play. Top stocks, I would say RTX, defense contracting, um, weed stocks like Canopy Growth and Euphoria, AP, HRIA dot Inc. That's the company that's listed as a weed stock. Um, Pharmaceutical companies is usually the top stocks right now. Anything that's in medical, the RN type of medical fields, housing type medical fields, those type of niches as well, specifically can be able to get you a good type of thing to look after for. Oh, and another thing when it comes to biotech stocks, we're talking also vaccine stocks as well. Because even if it doesn't necessarily jump like with, let me share my screen real quick. If it doesn't necessarily pop, you can also capitalize off the fact that there's a lot of catalysts that you can use. You can use the FDA catalyst to be able to track a lot of the vaccines and the medical stocks that's coming in. That's funny, Yori. Oh yeah, Tampa's gonna take it, man. Tampa definitely they better take it. They better take it. But respect to everybody that's coming in. Definitely, definitely much respect to everybody. Um, please like the video, please share. And also, this is open panel, man. This is open panel. Anybody that wants to come on, anybody has a direct question specifically for me, we can do a one-on-one on questions. If there's any questions on a one-on-one, this is pretty much going to be the free consultation. So if any other detailed questions, you would definitely have to book a consultation. But anybody has a direct one-on-one, um, direct one-on-one question, definitely hit the link, and we can be able to talk specifically either e-commerce stocks or dividends as well. If you want to be able to track down dividends, dividends.com is definitely a good source to be able to figure out dividends as well. Finviz.com is another good website and to be able to figuring and tracking down uh, specific stocks, the high and lows in certain areas, and try to figure out what is moving in the market. But this is open panel. Anybody wants to come up, we can be able to talk turkey. We could be able to talk turkey, talk business, be able to figure out the type of niche you're trying to utilize. Oh, no problem. Definitely no problem. I'm trying to be able to figure out something that is in your comfort zone and something that you can be able to comprehend. A lot of people will give you all these fancy jargon like RSI or moving indicators or moving averages and uh, EMDA line, 200-day EMA line, a whole bunch of jargon that pretty much is either extremely complicated or just not very beginner friendly. So when it comes to figuring out certain situations, look at the cash flow, look at the healthy balance sheets or people that's either expanding operations that shows another sign of good, healthy growth. Two, the companies that are getting lending, companies that are pretty much getting access to more opportunities when it comes to technology, even companies that are getting government contracts as well. Government contracts is actually something that's guaranteed federally backed. Every time they have a special interest bill, they're pretty much getting the good back end. So finding companies or researching and be able to either do it independently or also be able to book a consultation. I can be able to research it and send all you the links for you as well. But all the people that's coming in, respect to you. This is an open panel. Anybody that wants to come in, join in. But other companies that are pretty much getting a lot of good attention now because of, I think it's media induced, is Moderna. I think a lot of the stuff is like media influence when it comes to Moderna, due to the fact. Let me be careful when it comes to this one. Due to the fact that the numbers are down as they claim, that helps vaccines as well. I notice when it comes to how the stock market react or the stock market usually reacts, but options is definitely good when the stock is usually expensive and but you're trying to capitalize off its rise. So I respect to you, man. So I respect to you, G. Respect to you. Respect for everybody that's coming in. It's an open panel, man. Y'all need to come up, man. Anybody has a question when it comes to e-commerce, please put it in the chat. Anybody wants to talk about real estate, put it in the chat. Anybody that needs help on credit repair, I got a lady in Atlanta that can be able to help you with that and be able to figure out what can she do to be able to provide value for you. So any type of questioning, man, y'all need to come in, man. Y'all need to hit that open panel link. Iori, man, where I'm surprised Iori haven't even popped up yet, man. But a lot of these companies is pretty much trying to figure out what is a good yield, what is either a good opportunity to put a, a large amount of funding in something, a large, incredibly large amount of funding on something. So these markets will rise off of three things, I think, due to the fact that the opening up the economy. That's one. Two, more stimulus money, a larger stimulus money at that. Three, a lot of people is still going to be buying online, and actually, that can be a great one-two combination for the online niche as well. And online stocks like Shopify will keep on running. People try to say the Shopify stock was a bubble. Didn't realize that a lot of the stuff that happened when it came to pandemic increased the e-commerce market 5 years ahead. So if people don't believe in e-commerce and don't believe in either Amazon or either trying to set aside and buy some products in bulk from either Alibaba, AliExpress, made in China, or a lot of other suppliers, or getting a sourcing agent to be able to find USA manufacturers and suppliers that are willing to drop ship or has a one product medium order requirement, so you can be able to forward it to a customer. So a lot of them opportunities is still out there. I wish that they would do more onshore manufacturing. That would help the e-commerce market as well, because faster shipping times and also faster logistics times when it comes to getting a huge order surplus. Say if you had 500 bundles ready to be able to sell to people online on Amazon, plus people to sell in the direct market, face to face, cash over fist type markets, that would be the primest opportunity to be able to figure out the suppliers when it comes to wholesale, getting trade lines to be able to leverage the credit, to be able to figure out, okay, I got the credit, I got the supplier, I did the quality product checks. What is my next surface when it comes to my next, not surface, next step to be able to service as many people online with teams making $4 or $5 an hour, negotiating fixed contracts on Upwork for 450 to be able to get somebody to create the store and also do Google Ads management for the month. Be able to put $500 for your Google Ads or $500 on your Facebook ads, and be able to figure out how can I get enough traffic coming in? How can I collect this most emails, phone numbers, follow up, the proper funnel when it comes to be able to give a proper discount, and also negotiating with your suppliers where you get the best prices so you can be able to give better discounts in order to reel in more clients, more traffic, hence more sales. The emails can be used as leverage when you get ready to be able to sell the store. Due to the fact that it's data makes money, hence why Facebook and is doing all these what they quote unquote consider egregious acts of tracking down people's activity online up and down, due to the fact that data is very valuable. So the same thing with you, what you do is you get a email opt-in, you can use Klaviyo, and you can also use SMS Bump, the two best tools pretty much on the Shopify app website, in order to be able to get the follow-up correctly. The teams, I believe in outsourcing and managing, having the proper deadlines, having the proper milestones necessary, working deposits like you would do like a contractor in real estate, be able to have that lined up properly due to the fact that you are trusting them to be able to do a service, and you need your Google Ads management people, which I utilize too, which that's part of the consultation as well. You get the same people I access with. I have a couple people in Canada, two people in the UK, and I got an Indian dude that I trust, and he will be managing the Indian team. So the Indian team will pretty much um, do all the technical stuff. The Filipino women will be the people that will do the phones, any email responding, due to the fact that they can speak the English clearer than uh, the Indian workers. The Indian workers is very good technical people. They will literally build up some apps when it comes to JavaScript, CSS, and also a lot of the cybersecurity stuff. They also do that as well. So that's why a lot of companies is pretty much going to utilize the influx that's going to be coming in. So you can do this as well. I utilize Upwork. I utilize Online Jobs PH to be able to get a lot of the traffic work. If you need a fast job to be done, Fiverr is also good. It's a good quick fix. It's not necessarily something you would do ongoing. It's just something to get the ball rolling. But really, when it comes to Google Ads, that make it very advantageous is when you put $20 down for a budget, you're not spending $20 necessarily on the spot. You only spend on the click. Facebook, now you have to spend those $20 every single day. So it's literally like a churn and burn if you don't get the sales on Facebook. But Facebook is very good off the fact that you can target people from the tooth. You can target people from their interests. You can target people, say, like when it comes to target from interest, you can target people from that watch Power, people that like Stars, people that like The Rock. You can specifically target on that when it comes to getting a huge traffic of people. Um, you can target based on income levels. You can target a specific area. Say if you got a high ticket product and you say I only want to target people that's making $100,000 or up, or say if you were actually creating an ad for dating, you can be able to utilize that method as well when it comes to targeting incomes. But still, the aspect is needed when it comes to utilizing both. Google is perfect because people are searching for you. Facebook is good on that aspect of people are getting extremely targeted ads based on their actions and based on what they generally like. So when it comes to developing a store and try to create a brand scheme, the logo definitely is going to have to be the main thing. Your website navigation is going to be the second, where the website looks aesthetically pleasing, and it can also be able to sell people due to the fact that web design brings trust. A perfect web design and also a fast website as well. That's why the JavaScript people and the CSS people as well, when it comes to your teams of creating your store, comes in because they are the coding source that could be able to make sure the website doesn't crash down. You don't have any type of hiccups or issues. But when it comes to e-commerce, it's definitely something that's needed. It's definitely something that's in the transition. A lot of the stuff is pretty much going to be digital assets, digital coins, digital money, and technically digital real estate. Fundrise is digital real estate due to the fact that it's syndication online. But if anybody wants to come on up. Iori, come on up, man. Iori, you must be doing something, cooking breakfast or something. It's early as hell on the West Coast. It's early as hell on the West Coast. So, for people that wants to come up, anybody have any questions, or anybody that just want to be able to chop it up, because I think I mentioned the stocks that benefit off of Super Bowl commercials. I think I mentioned that Pepsi is definitely like the number one winner when it comes to that. Pepsi, Dr. Cola, or Coca Cola. Oh, you researching? But I'm rocking in the chat. Okay, no problem, no problem. I'll rock this one out. Now, when it comes to e-commerce stores and e-commerce brands, it would definitely have to figure out your logo scheme, really the color scheme. People would say a slogan works, but the slogan is such 1950s style type of marketing. But I guess the slogan does work because you can remix it however you please. But that's usually good for like mega corporations that can afford TV placement ads, where they can literally have somebody overpriced paid up, where they can do a commercial that 100 million people sees, like American Express. American Express is very exclusive due to the fact that only X amount of people in America has American Express cards. I believe it's around 1.5 million people that actually have access to an American Express card here in America. Hence, that's why when they do have a commercial, they can actually put the money up for a actually well done commercial. They put the money up. I am getting Dynamo this week for Amazon FBA. For first time investors, I would definitely say, well, it depends on your risk tolerance, because eToro is actually beginner investor friendly due to the fact that you can copy successful traders' trades and be able to leverage the fact of they're getting consistent gains on a month to month basis. But it's pretty much on the aspect of dividends, eToro, automated trading bots, or a yield. A lot of people that are not necessarily trading literate, they would either get either hedge fund manager, but that's people with bread, you see. But if you're a starter, I would say use the method of fixed dollar cost averaging. Ash, write that down. And any other things that you get from me, Ash, you're gonna have to book a consultation, because I'm giving you a little too much game. So if when it comes to first time investors, dividends.com, you can research a lot of stocks. FinViz, you can use that as a tool to be able to figure out the highs and lows, because there's a lot of discounted stocks that are discounted because pre-COVID they were at an all-time high and they were pretty much relying on the economy being up and running. That's why a lot of oil and gas company stocks is cheap as hell right now. But a lot of people will either buy into them, JetBlue, airport stocks, and even the CDC is up. How ironic that the CDC is up as well. So the CDC stocks. Oh man, StreamYard didn't kick me off. Wagner, salute to you, man. Salute to you, man. Just coming in, respect to you. Respect to you. For people that's coming in, like the video, share, book a consultation as well. The email is definitely there for you to be able to see. The people that is coming in, this is open panel. Any type of questions that you need answering, I'm definitely here. I'm gonna get to my next segment in real estate because my man Wagner, he's in the New Jersey area. Now, Wagner, did you notice that Atlantic City is cheap as shit? New York City is cheap as shit.
Hey, real deal.
Mr. Thomas,
Hey, how's everything going?
respect to you. Everything's going well.
Yeah, thank you for that information you provided to me last week. But in
Mhm.
the future, yeah, definitely, I'll schedule a consultation with you.
Yeah, man,
But
that's just the entree, man. That's enough information so you can be able to understand, read over it, and also figure out your suppliers, your traffic generation, and pretty
mhm,
much other type of nuances that's needed. But that's definitely the entree, man.
right, right. But this looking at e-commerce,
Yes,
it
sir.
definitely seems to be that Amazon FBIE is like the easier way to get started.
Well, Amazon is easier due to the fact that when you buy in bulk and you send to Amazon, it's pretty much a plug and play. The only issue with Amazon that I have when I do Amazon is the 2 week wait and hold. That's why it takes definitely a lot of cash on hand plus the bulk necessary so you can replenish inventory. But the easiest thing about Amazon that makes Amazon very easy is it already has that trust. Now, in e-commerce, when you're doing your own website, say on Shopify, you have
Mhm.
to pretty much build the trust. Hence, that's why you need to incentivize reviews after a customer has purchased your store. That's why you need to be able to have a certain blog when you want to be able to brand out specifically. A lot of the stuff is pretty much involved of building trust when it comes to e-commerce, your own independent e-commerce. But Amazon, it already has the trust built in. People will literally buy without really even researching the supplier. Um, with Amazon, only hiccup would pretty much be need for working capital.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah, okay, I see. Because like I went to set up the e-commerce business to start as something I could do like say for 10 hours a week. Not too much time commitment.
Oh yeah, you could do that easy, especially the way how I pretty much have people that book a consultation, and also what I do with my own stores is having a team assess and assign the team. So with the team, that they pretty much do to make sure that the inventory management is correct. They make sure that the emails and any type of questions are correct and on point, and also handled. Because when it comes to Amazon, it is easier, but it's gonna take a lot of understanding of inventory management and properly managing, money. So that's why financial literacy does come into play. Because when you get a working capital loan, I had one client that got a working capital loan of $15,000, and I was supposed to be replenishing in more inventory to potentially get him to six figures, but he used the money and blew it off, and
Right.
he
Okay.
blew it off. So now he's trying to be able to figure out what to do next because he needs that money in order to fulfill more orders or chargebacks from Amazon comes, people refund their money, bad
Right.
reviews on the store, and that's where the algorithm of Amazon kicks you down when it comes to ranking.
Oh, okay.
So that's like information right there. That's usually a lot of people don't tell you when it comes to Amazon, but Amazon is definitely easy plug and play. Try to find a low base product that can be marked up
Hmm.
for a good X amount of number. I'm gonna give you, and I'm gonna give people in the chat a couple products when it comes to that's low base area. Now the square sunglasses, them Kim Kardashian sunglasses. I know it's women stuff, but a lot of women stuff sells more due to the fact that there's more women buyers, times 3 to 1 compared to men.
Okay.
So when it comes to the square glasses, you can literally type on AliExpress and find Kim Kardashian glasses, and it's like the square glasses you can get for $2. You can mark that up for 24.99, and pretty much send 100 of those glasses. Pretty much you can get the glasses, 100 glasses for like $250, $300. When it comes to buying in bulk, a big bulk order, and pretty much send it to your house, and you can be able to inspect it, be able to make sure that the glasses ain't loose, make sure that the glasses is actually in a serviceable way, and the packaging you have to pretty much buy packets and package them up and pretty much get them ready to send for Amazon, and Amazon will send their guys over to pretty much get all the inventory needed, and they send it to the Amazon warehouse to get everything sold up ready. The tracking is pretty much on your dashboard. Your Amazon dashboard will have all that tracking necessary needed. And when a sale comes up, you pretty much get your notification on your email or on your phone or both. But when it comes to the hiccups of Amazon, quality control, inventory management. With inventory management, I'm just going to break it down in a short period for you, Mr. Thomas. Inventory management is key of the aspect of there's product, price, quality control, and also inventory control when it comes to units. How many units do you have compared to uh, uh, the orders that's made on your store? Say if you have 350 orders, but you only have 200 units. That's where you would have to find a sourcing agent, a supplier, and be able to figure out what can I be able to do to get more inventory without refunding the customer's money, but still manage to have enough wedge of time to fulfill everybody's order. That's what usually the issue when it comes to this stuff. But really, it's a good problem to have. That's why a lot of people would say get 2 or 3 suppliers. A lot of people will hire a sourcing agent to be able to do this stuff for them and to do a lot of the inventory checks where they go to the warehouse and they pretty much do an inspection. That's also another thing that's good and useful about a sourcing agent that's either from Asia or a company that has a sourcing agent from Asia and also other states in America.
Hmm. Okay. But like, so just getting started in drop shipping, you think best way to get started is to do your own website with the Shopify store, and this way you can scale up with the Google ads and do Facebook advertising.
Can you repeat that question again? I was reading Sal's comment that he
Oh,
had for me.
okay. No, this getting started in drop
Mhm.
shipping. You think the best way is to do your own website, like say through Shopify,
Well,
and scale up with the Google ads, or is it better just to save up the money necessary and set it up through Amazon?
well, when it comes to drop shipping, the thing that makes it so attractive is you're using the customer's money to buy the inventory. Walmart does this method as well when it comes to their online segment of their stores. So it depends on your risk tolerance, to be honest. Because when you
Okay,
send traffic, when it comes to Shopify, it's actually, I would deem it better because you can keep the email. You can
right,
use that for future sales. When it comes to Amazon, you don't collect the email. It's they pretty much make a purchase, day in and day out, and you just capture the money, and that's
oh,
pretty much it. You don't have that extension where you can extend your hand to the customer more than one time,
right,
or utilize word to mouth type of marketing where they buy some like I'm about to do furniture niches, and with furniture niches, the word of mouth game is definitely dominant. Same thing with hair extensions, 88 no HD lace bundles. That's a high ticket product. That's also a product that's a low base entry, where you can probably get that for 115, resell it for 325, 275 at lowest, with a net profit of 115 to $150 each sale. So when it comes to Shopify, it's so attractive to the fact that you can capture the email, the phone number, retargeting, follow up with them again, promo code here, buy one get one, buy two get one. Especially when it comes to the hair extensions, and also hair bundles. You can be able to do that easy due to the fact that uh, the customer needs more than one bundle in order to be able to fill the need of that process. So when it comes to Amazon can be also beginner friendly as well, due to the fact that only thing you need to do is just buy in bulk, package them up, and just send to Amazon, and just wait for your payment to come every 14 days. But Amazon does have a hold. They usually have holds. I think they have like a one-time hold, so that's why having the ability to send it to them and just have the order already ready where it comes to drop shipping. If you have a hold, it's pretty much like an issue. That's why people would definitely need either some set asides, credit, or something to be able to fill the order. Say if Shopify payments hold the order, which they don't hold the first time order, they usually hold orders when it's a huge influx of traffic coming in. So you got 50 orders a week. That's when they probably be like, okay, now you gotta ask little questions, get verified, and that's where the LLC comes in into play. That's where when you have your LLC, LegalZoom can help you, and that's where they give you a business checking account with a business banker, and you can be able to have a merchant account where you don't have those hiccups, and you can also leverage secured business credit cards as well, and navigate credit, cash on hand from the customers buying the inventory, and also leverage your balance sheet. That's where accounting comes in, because you need to be able to get a e-commerce loan to be able to provide enough liquidity to the business to be able to expand up. So both methods has its pros and cons, man. So I'm not gonna necessarily say one is easier or harder than the other per se, due to the fact it's still gonna take time for you to be able to research and get business oriented. It's pretty much your product, your price, your promotion, your placement is your distribution. So that's the four P's in business. Now, when it comes to branding, the four I's would be idea first, image second, influence third, and the fourth one would be influence, because you gotta have the influence to be able to make sure it's branding, and your brand is very expanded, and also people can latch on. That's why when it comes to influence, you have to leverage either influencers either on YouTube or legitimate influencers on Instagram, or pretty much a big name. That can be an influencer. Say if Damon John, you had a T-shirt company, and you and Damon John linked up, and he pretty much give you the shout out. That's also another good avenue. He also like to do shout outs as well. Damon John, been his conferences, good dude, very good dude. But when it comes to that, I'm not gonna say one's either other, because it takes business acumen, some form of business acumen, or the ability to understand. You got the
Hmm.
inventory on hand. How much do I need to
Right.
move? How much do I need to be able to get a customer? Now with Google, say if you got a high ticket product, it'll take $65 to $80 to be able to get a customer around a product of $500 and up. So if you can trade dollar for dollar, you trade 60 for 500. That's actually good. I would say pretty much a healthy margin. That's why high ticket is very attractive. High ticket definitely takes a lot of work when it comes to your marketing teams, and also figuring out your product descriptions. So your product descriptions on Amazon is how you get sales. So you got to make sure your product descriptions are on par. But any other questions? I know I'm just barging on, but it's not something that's just an easy one word response. But when it comes to Shopify, you own your data. Amazon, you don't own the data. With Shopify, you can get your payment in 48 hours. With Amazon, it takes 14 days to get your payments of your sales. So that's
I'm
really
good for now. But yeah,
mm,
definitely. I'm going to take a look at the information you provided to me in the email, and
okay.
yeah, when I'm
Any questions,
ready to
man?
set up the consultation, yeah, I'll send you an email.
For sure, man. Respect to you, Mr. Thomas.
All right, have a good one.
Have a blessed day.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay. 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 Anybody else that got any questions? If anybody else have any questions, we can be able to answer this and knock this out real quick. We can knock these real quick. If anybody got a question, you can hop on the panel. I can make sure it's just a one-on-one, so it's nobody interrupting anybody, nobody coming in and barging in. It'll literally be a spot where people can be able to have their one-on-one questions answered without no issues, get it fully answered in detail. So anybody have any questions, hit the link, hit the link, hit the link, hit the link. Yeah, and I just gave um, I just gave him just the entree. That's just the entree. But when it comes to the full detailed plan, I customize this plan for you based off of what type of product that you feel comfortable on, what type of niche, and what type of logo design that you pretty much want, and also the color scheme, because that's definitely important and a priority. Definitely a priority. Definitely a priority. Anybody have any other questions? Be able to answer this and knock this out real quick, brief. Knock this out real quick. And the aspect of e-commerce is definitely just having the understandings that I gotta be more business minded when it comes to generating the traffic, accounting. A lot of this stuff can be outsourced. A lot of the teams can be utilized as well. So you just leverage other people's work. You have to leverage other people's work, have to negotiate the terms and prices, and have to be very stern as a business person and cutthroat when needed. If anybody knows when it comes to being cutthroat, it's actually needed when it comes to somebody ain't performing. You give somebody 4 weeks and you have no sales. Usually, sales on Google is 1 to 2 months. No, 1 to 2 weeks. Pardon me, 1 to 2 weeks on Google, and usually 2 to 3 weeks when it comes to influx of sales. When it comes to Facebook, usually that Facebook you got to repeat. That's where traffic being retargeted, where they're pretty much having a cookie, and that cookie pretty much follows them around the internet for 30, 40 days with your website plastered. That's how you can be able to capture people. That's how you can be able to get traffic. That's how you can be able to get return customers, well, return traffic, and also recover some sales and SMS bump as well. Because SMS bump, Ramil utilizes SMS bump, Wadner, and no, Ramil utilized SMS text message and stuff, and that actually works better because most people are plugged in their phones and on their email, so that works off of recovering traffic and also getting a lot of open rates. People open up more off of a text message than the email, so that's where you utilize the promo code. You put that promo code, plaster that in, and you can be able to figure out, okay, I got what I need when it comes to tools being automated. I got the promotional offer that can be willing people, and also make a accommodating offer where you're pretty much getting everything that's needed when it comes to getting the person into your website to coming back to your website and converting them back in. Amazon is good when it comes to having trust built in already. Amazon has the trust already, so Amazon does have certain juice points. Oh, well, no respect to you, man. Salute to you. But when it comes to the aspect of Amazon, you got the trust there. When it comes to Shopify, you got the data, you control the data, you can move the data, you can work the data, you can actually keep the emails for the next store that's in a subnet that's similar. A lot of people, when they sell the store, they still keep the email addresses. Don't tell nobody, but they still keep the email addresses while selling the email addresses with selling the business to a multiple. With the store with a multiple, I want to sell my store to a multiple of 4 based on gross, and like 8 if it's based on net profit. Say if you generate a store that's 100,000 in gross, but $30,000 net. If you do an X multiple on the net, I believe that's 240,000. But you got to operate the store for a whole 12 months on each store in order to be able to sell that multiple, but still it's leverage. Borgen. Uh, give me a minute. Yo, am I Borgen now? Am I Borgen now? Let me refresh this thing real quick. Yo, can y'all hear me now? I had to switch. Switch things real quick. But Real Deal Financial, you'll be a millionaire by the time you're 30. Thanks to your mindset. I wish I had your mindset. My early 20s. Hey, know, okay. Am I Borgen? Am I Borgen? Am I Borgen? Am I Borgen? Yeah, am I Borgen? Yo, Sal, am I Borgen? If not, we can keep on pushing when it comes to this. When it comes to the speech, but if anybody has any questions, if anybody wants to be able to book a consultation, my email is bhmdf25@gmail.com. I repeat, bhmdf25@gmail.com. We can be able to talk stocks. We can be able to talk credit. We can be able to talk real estate, credit repair, trade lines, whatever that's needed that you pretty much need. I can be able to use the teams that I utilize every day so you can be able to make sure you get biblical results and also proven results as well. And also be able to vet people out and manage teams. That's something that a lot of these crooked as Shopify $1,000 course sellers don't tell you about. They don't tell you about how to run a management team. Only course that I would say that's actually remotely good is Tai Lopez. Tai Lopez, Kevin David, I would say is remotely good. The scammers out there would definitely be people like Adrian Morrison and his brother. I forgot his brother, but usually those dudes, they don't tell you about management. They don't tell you the ability of how to be able to manage teams. They don't even tell you where to get the teams. They don't even tell you when it comes to retargeting analytics that's needed, how to be able to read the data correctly, or if you can't read data correctly, or if you're not good with numbers, how to get statisticians, people that's good with Google Analytics that can be able to figure out what's needed, SEO teams that's be able to need it. But it takes the ability to be very stern and be very extremely direct. That's needed. When you're very direct with people and very cutthroat, where if they mess up more than 3 times in the same week, get rid of them. If they can't be able to create the store on an X amount of time, get rid of them. If they can't be able to answer calls with a respectful demeanor and tone, get rid of them. If they can't be able to make sure that the orders is processed and make sure that everything is good when it comes to the supplier connection and resources of that supplier, inventory management, everything, but get rid of them. They're useless and they're dead weight, and they will kill off your business and kill off your promotion when it comes to making sure that you can get clients at a cheaper rate. People that are good with analytics can be able to lower the cost per average. Say if it takes $60 to get you a customer, to be able to sell a $350 for bundle set, that can be able to help you when it comes to having somebody that can lower it from 60 to 45. You get more sales on a budget of 2,000 more than you can on 45 than you can do with 60. So if they can lower that rate of your cost per customer or cost per action, then you can be able to do that as well. You get people that's very good and people that can be able to be very good analytically, you keep them. Matter of fact, you make them the head manager so you can be able to assign a lot of the heavy duty work. I have a plan that I want to be able to do for March and also capitalize on stimulus check sales. Biden Harris administration said third one is coming, and I'm very favorable due to the fact that the Senate has agreed upon it. Now, the a lot of the stuff that they said when it comes to the requirements and qualifications, I hope it's not shrink, because if it's shrink, it limits your sales when it comes to e-commerce or any forms of business. But still, being very cutthroat is needed because you don't know these people. These people got to show you results from 2 to 3 weeks tops. You need to at least see one sale, and that's why I say high ticket sales is needed. Low ticket products, you get a lot of volume, but the net profit doesn't necessarily add up. And it takes 500 sales in order to get probably 10,000 in gross with 3,000 in net with a 30% profit margin. If you put your effort on high ticket products like hair bundles, do it yourself hair laser kits, uh, figuring out what's on AliExpress that you can be able to find that's USA suppliers that's on a high ticket level, connecting with manufacturers, getting on the phone with them, and see what's the qualification that they need. Uh, Actually qualifying your store first, because a lot of the times people use the dropshipping method for 7 months, get some sales. Then that's when they pretty much add products from more suppliers from their store. They upload the pictures on their store and just do the order sales manually. Now that takes a lot of time and it's a pain in the ass, but still you have to be able to make sure that you need to get those high ticket sales coming in, getting more clients coming in, reeling and dealing when it comes to figuring out how can you get a customer to spend more than $300. How can we get a customer to spend $2,500? And with that being said, you have your LLC. You can also apply for payment processors that are willing to work with you when it comes to giving your customer an installment plan. Because a lot of the times people don't have necessarily the money. What the company does is they forward you the full amount while the customer has the installment plan to pay. So the company literally forwards you the money, but that's for companies that are LLC registered and already have everything booked, formatted, and shifted correctly. But this is an open panel. Anybody wants to be able to join. People that wants to be able to like the video, please like the video. Please like, share, subscribe, and also book a consultation. If you have any questions, you can click the link as well. I'm willing to answer questions. We can be able to knock these questions out real quick. Then I'll focus on my real estate segment, and we can be able to figure out what's these real estate markets talking about. But if anybody has any questions when it comes to e-commerce, I would definitely say book a consultation so you get the full teams and segment it correctly. You can be able to interview people. I give you the list when it comes to how to script everything when it comes to interviewing people. Give you the script when it comes to be able to figure out who is the right person to run your ads, and also give you a script for yourself to be able to read and analyze. Say if you have any questions, any hiccups when it comes to either running and operating the store or figuring out how to be able to figure out how to fix the kinks. Because really, the kinks is going to be the website speed. Because website speed of 4 to 5 seconds too long is pretty much somebody that clicks off. The bounce rate is extremely high. Instead of actually getting somebody that willing to be able to be in your website and willing to spend money, or just give them your email, because you need to get the email first so you can be able to do your funnel like that. With the funnel, when it comes to email, I send an email, usually one email a day with a promo code. With the phone text message, I send a text either once a week, preferably once a week, and I usually do it either every Monday or every Friday. And I try to do it when it comes to noon Eastern time, so that would be like 9 West Coast time, that I have to be able to make sure that everything is sent correctly, and also on a remotely fashionable time. But when it comes to having your teams necessary, It's definitely needed because you're paying these people your money. You're paying these people your credit. You got to pay that shit back. You ain't trying to be able to have any type of issues. So that's why high ticket products, one or two sales can act of $1,000 can actually fuck around and change people's lives. But if can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Am I still hearable for people? Yeah, y'all need to click on the link, man. I got people that's coming in. I got ghost watchers. It seemed like if anybody have any questions, please click the link and be able to answer your questions that's necessary and needed, man. We trying to be able to figure out what our people want and need, any type of questions. I'm the guy in need. So I'm gonna do a couple more questions if there's any. I really want to be able to see to come to these real estate markets. But BlackRock is the corporation that put a couple million in TNXP stock. When it comes to the real estate market, it's definitely interesting how you got Fort Myers, number one in the fastest growing cities. Then you got College Station in that list. Then you got Atlanta, Georgia in that list as well. The fastest growing cities pretty much going up. Fastest growing cities in America. I'll put the link in the chat for people to read themselves as well. I have the list for people that can read themselves as well. Okay. Now let me share my screen real quick. Now let me do that. Okay, can y'all see my screen? If y'all can see my screen, give me some feedback. Please. Give me some feedback. But Fort Myers is number one. Bend, Oregon is number two. Meridian, Idaho, which I find that to be kind of funny. Milpitas, California. Enterprise, Nevada. Enterprise, Nevada is cheaper than Vegas. That's why that has a lot of people coming through. Frisco, Texas. Town and Country, Florida. Round Rock, Texas. Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. Now, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina is oceanfront property. Nampa, Idaho. McKinney, Texas. Then you got Henderson, that's literally extremely close to Vegas. Henderson is the older people that live in Henderson that want to get away from the fast times in Vegas. So you got that. You got Chino. That's where the Ball brothers, that's where LaMelo Ball, LeVar Ball, that's where they live at. Cape Coral, Florida, Port St. Lucie. Now, all the Miami real estate developers that pretty much can't find any areas in Miami to develop, they're pretty much going to take your frustration out on Port St. Lucie. Hence, the Haitians and the lower income Cubans will be pushed out. It'll be climate gentrification because a lot of the Miami real estate developers is trying to go inland in Florida, so they will pretty much get dealt with. Sugarland, Texas, that's near Houston. Midland, Texas. Irvine, California. Irvine, California has this mega developer, Donald Brin, pretty much develop all the properties in that area. Murfreesboro, Tennessee. College Station, that's where the AMN, Texas A&M plays at. Lehigh Acres, that's where a lot of cheap land is in Lehigh Acres, because in the early part of my channel, we was looking at areas of land for potential development, and Lehigh Acres was one of them. North Charleston, South Carolina. Spring Valley, Nevada. Concord, North Carolina. Tempe, Arizona. A lot of people that's from California is moving to Arizona, Texas, and Florida. Pearland, Texas. Boynton Beach, Florida. Indigo, California, Santa Clarita, California, Richardson, Texas, and these are literally the fastest growing cities in America based off development, based off people moving from California, mainly California to these states. So you're gonna have a lot of California people that's coming up that needs something cheaper to be able to utilize. Hence, the people that own those homes in those areas, own land in those areas, gonna win, while the renters suffer due to the fact that they didn't own anything or didn't have the ability to own anything. So when it comes to the aspects of that, you got to figure it out. Goddess, respect to you, goddess. Respect to you, goddess energy. Respect to you, Ashley. Irvine of all places. Yeah, yeah, Irvine of all places. A lot of rich people are going to Irvine, but a lot of people that are not necessarily rich but have homes with high equity, they're pretty much going to sell their homes in equity and get a house for $200,000 down south. Most of those areas were down south. You didn't see New York City in the list. You didn't see New Jersey in the list. You didn't see even VA has become expensive. Actually, VA's car registration is actually the most expensive in the nation, which I find that to be funny due to the fact I thought it would be California, but that's why it's stranger than fiction. But when it comes to the notion of where development is coming at, it's going to be in those areas. Port St. Lucie is going to get most of the development because Miami real estate developers already said they're committing $300 million in those areas. Little Haiti in Florida, Apalaca is going to get the development. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, guys. I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling real good. I'm charged up. I'm charged up. I feel really good, though. Definitely. It's Super Bowl Sunday, so of course I'm charged up. My team is out there. We Tampa Bay better win. Yeah, VA is definitely getting up there as well. So my last store, I need a consultant. Okay. Okay, MOT, I'll definitely hit you up, man. I'll definitely put you on the list. Definitely put you on the list. Definitely put you on the list. Let me get your email down real quick so I can remind myself to be able to get myself on par, but respect to you as well. Okay, let me get your email. MOT. Okay. Got your email. Definitely hit you up as well. Definitely hit you up as well. Respect to you. But when it comes to those development areas, man, a lot of people is gonna move and shift around. People from California could be in Arizona, Nevada, Texas, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, and aspects of other areas in the South just pulling around. They're trying to figure out what's the cheaper route. What can I be able to get more bang for my buck? Here in LA, you got war zones and hoods in the houses. That's $500,000, $600,000. People want to selling things off. Older black folks that got the equities, they're selling it off. Actually, a lot of richer black folks in Baldwin Hills selling their houses for $2-3 million and pretty much going down south. Preferably Texas because the land's going up. Oh, Detroit is rising. So the Detroit development actually picking up. What's the job market in Detroit though? Miami's becoming NY real fast. Crazy expensive for an apartment out there. Yes. Pretty much the prime opportunity to get involved when it comes to Cali, Santa Barbara, and San Francisco, and LA houses with Miami houses was probably the 80s. That was pretty much the last opportunity to get involved in. Yo, Sal, you got my number, man. You can call me anytime, man. I literally keep telling you this, man. You paid for the consultation, dog. You got the access to me. You got the access to me, dog. I don't see why you don't hit me up, man. You got my phone number, dog. Any questions you need, you got it. Yeah, Detroit is rising as well also. Now I thought the Detroit thing was gonna be like a 2040 plan, but it seemed like it's gonna be what 2030, 2025 plan. Especially the way how things is wrapping up quickly. That's funny. Sal, you were supposed to go to Florida a long time ago, G. You're supposed to go to Florida a long time ago. You're supposed to take your New York money. You're supposed to take your New York money and do what every old seem like old white person do and just go to Florida and retire. You're supposed to go to Florida and retire already, but let me share my screen real quick. Let me go on Home Snap, and we're gonna look at what part St. Lucie is looking at. Because if we're gonna look at the listings, even though the listings are definitely not the best place to be able to figure out what's what. Usually, you have areas where you try to figure out the properties. If they're 200,000 right now, they're probably gonna go be 400,000 in 5 years due to the fact that development is coming up. My mic is choppy. Yes, uh my mic's all the way plugged in. Let me refresh my thing real quick because this thing is boring. Jesus. Now can y'all hear me? Am I clear? Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me? Check one, check one, check one, check one. How about Montana? I actually know a couple people that are moving to Montana. A lot of people from California, Montana. Now, you gotta like isolation in order to be there. Total isolation. But okay. Let me catch up on these comments. Your mom's thinking about selling her land in Texas. Ash, tell your mom to hold that land because you got Elon Musk in Austin. You got a lot of big power players and tech companies going to Austin. They're going to Denver, Colorado as well. And even Denver is high. I said, wow. I didn't even know Denver was that expensive like that. But I looked at the equity houses. I'm like, this is like a California to the Midwest. For real, for real. Developers must have been there in the 90s when Clinton was in office. Well, well, that's because they ain't paying attention to this stuff specifically. It ain't fast money per se. That's why they ain't trying to really pay attention to that. A lot of yous are investing in Detroit, and some of the celebs like Big Sean and Shaq is invested in. Yeah, I heard Shaq is invested in that area as well. Shaq got a lot of hands in a lot of investments. Shaq owns that Invictus watch. Him and Tom Brady linked up and put some money up, which that was a smart move in his portfolio. West Los Angeles, Baldwin Hills, Carson, Pasadena, filled with gangs in those areas. Be nice and clean, and also Gardena too. Yes, see, see, and I was on somebody's panel, and they was trying to tell me about West Coast stuff without even being in the West Coast, and I said, "This is dumb. This is literally dumb. You don't know what's going on here. Obviously, I can tell on the way how you say things and the way how you pretty much present it. Yeah, I know, man. It's irritating. It's the internet connection usually. Better limit is super cheap. Super cheap urban areas. Well, the urban areas, Okay, but is going on? Okay, they developing. Why don't you shut up? Respectfully, shut up. uh, you're too tired of being close to people. Well, in New York, y'all stacked up on top of each other, man. Y'all stacked up on top of each other like some sardines in a can, man. Y'all literally packed in and stacked up on top of each other. A lot of medical industries is moving down south as well. I noticed. It seemed like a lot of the companies, the corporations, are leaving and switching areas. Yeah, because of the economy. Yeah. What was the website you mentioned in a former live to look up real estate that wasn't Zillow but more updated? That is homesnap.com. Let me give you that link right now, and I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna look at some real estate. I'm gonna look at some real estate. Look at real estate in these areas specifically. Now the link, yeah, the link is in the chat. Copy. Okay. 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 I noticed I got a lot of people from the East Coast. So y'all New Yorkers, y'all specific as hell. So y'all pretty much either Queens or y'all from Harlem, y'all in those areas. Not North Virgin, New Jersey. That's something I've been looking at here lately. Now the median sales price. Oh shit! Thing that went off quick. It seemed like the median sales price probably range around 275 to 475 when it comes to certain assets. A lot of these are just apartment buildings, condos, condominiums. Now this house is 560,000 for a 3 bedroom, 3 bath. Now mortgage is 2,200. The house looks very clean inside. It's narrow as hell, but it looks clean. It looks clean. Not gonna lie to you, it looks very clean. I gotta see how old is this house. I think the New Jersey market is gonna go up due to the fact that there's actually Californians moving to New Jersey to the fact that their business and a lot of the stuff is shifted in New York. When it comes to networking hub is still New York, even though that they say that it took a hit because of COVID and everybody pretty much staying home. It's still the marketing hub. It's still that marketing hub. That is funny. You actually went to visit California. Man. Just make sure you wear neutral colors, Wadner. Just wear the LA Dodgers cap and try to blend in. Don't wear the Yankees hat. Don't wear the Cincinnati's red hat. Make sure everything is neutral. San Diego has Rich Bloods. Yes, Rich Bloods and Pyrus. Yes, them equity houses, man. Skyline and Lincoln. Yeah, man. They got them high equity houses. That's how they gang banging with rich dollars in their pockets. They got those areas with them high equity homes. Yeah, 5, 10 deep. Yeah. They got gang injunctions in California and shit. So that's pretty much shifted. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That- Sounds hilarious on that one. Yeah, they do have that energy though. But yo, North Bergen, that house, I wouldn't pay no more than 475 liquid cash. Well, you can wear the Yankee. You can pretty much you can wear any Yankees hat, but a lot of times people when they come to LA, they come to the hood area without knowing it. You know, the hood houses look very nice here in California, man. Look better than a lot of hood houses in the South, where it look like a shack. You ain't got to worry about a shack looking house unless it's a depleted, dilapidated house and they didn't keep up with it. But the foundation is usually strong. Man, these houses be expensive, boy. Let me 789 for 6.5, 6 bedroom, 5 bath, mortgage 3,100, 14, 15, 45th, 45th, North Bergen. Yo, anybody that's from New Jersey, Wadner, is North Bergen the upper echelon area? And this looked like a condo townhouse. I'd be trying to rent these for like $1,000 each room. Because in the East Coast, y'all have a lot of roommates and shit, and a lot of people be bundled up and stacked up in the top of each other, even inside the house. So, you know, 750 each. Let me get my calculator. 750 times 6. 750 times 6 a month. That's 4,500 a month. Times that by 12. That's 54,000. If you can get a consistent bunch or a good turnover, a fast turnover rate where if one leaves, another one can get screened, checked in, do credit type stuff. If you really want to get that deep and intricate with your stuff, bedroom, bedroom, bathroom, bedroom, bedroom. Yeah, and this is the property right here. That's definitely the property. Now, Sal, are you from Brooklyn? Sal, are you a Brooklyn dude? Sal, are you a Brooklyn dude? North Bergen. North Bergen is close to me. North Bergen is Bergen County next to my county. That's funny. Oh, Morena, salute to you. Respect to you, Morena. Respect to you. Definitely respect to you as well. Oh, you're a Manhattan dude. Man, I thought Manhattan didn't have any hoods. Sal, you gotta come on the panel. Sal, you a New York dude, man. I need you on the panel. And for anybody that's in New York still, are they gonna gentrify the area where the Bronx is at? Because I heard several people that that's still the heart of the hood. That is still heart of the hood where the Yankees play. North Bergen is Hudson County. Okay. Okay, so that's Hudson County. Okay, all right. Now the tax lien situation looked good in New Jersey though. Texas, Arizona, those tax liens is looking good. Texas actually the tax lien is the highest with 25% interest that you can get on the yield. Damn. So that's funny. What like in South Central, they the projects and should be having like 10, 12 LAPD cop cars dead in the trenches of the hood. What is it set up like that with 30, 40 police cars? Cause y'all in New York, y'all got that Bloomberg style type of policing still. Y'all got that Bloomberg stuff. Yeah, Ash. See, Ash is South. See, Ashley from the South Central area. Not really the high end. Or the 7K. You see what a 7K house looks like. Yeah, that's true. Okay, not anymore. Okay. Okay. What? Aloe Valley. Aloe Valley, actually. uh, Sal, you from Spanish Harlem? Well, yeah, Sal, that's a question for you, dog. You from Spanish Harlem? Sal, aren't you Dominican? Okay, you moved next to LAX. Okay, you moved next to LAX. Okay, that's where police presence is deep, and you ain't got scenarios and issues where it's gang banging, uh, hoes out on the track. You ain't got to deal with that ass. You do not have to deal with that. That is funny. In the Bronx, and why cops drive four deep up and down certain abs back and forth on the blocks. Okay, see, in Imperial Heights, that's like one of the biggest hoods in South LA. That you pretty much got 10, 12 police cars inside the apartment building deep. 12 o'clock in night, motherfuckers playing Snoop Dogg, motherfuckers playing YG and shit, and you hear that stuff bumping out loud, and you got issues of people fighting again. Try Newark. Okay, we gonna look at Newark right now. So y'all need to give me cities, because I'm really waiting for y'all to give me cities or city blocks that you can type in the chat, and I can copy and paste, and we can make this process a little faster. Now we talking about East Orange, Newark, Warner. Oh, and don't get me started with Dodger Stadium when it comes to LA. They got police presence deep there too. That's the Mexican hood. Okay, Newark sales price 380. No, median listing price 380. Sales price 365. Okay, Elm Street 434 for a 4-2 bedroom. Elm Street. That is funny. Let's see what's on Elm Street. 338 Elm Street, Newark, New Jersey's 07105. Oh man, these houses be looking old as shit. But the mortgage is 17.6. That's actually kind of cheap on a 434 mortgage. Usually it's around 2,500 a mortgage. And it doesn't give me a picture except the front and the aerial picture. This is a red flag for me. The inside must be atrocious if it's not giving me a good detail on this. And these buildings is expensive. These buildings are expensive for what relatively looks like 34 Vernon Ave. You know what? I actually saw this in one of these hood movies that I saw on Tubi TV on Roku, on my Roku stick. I actually saw this building in one of these hood movies that I saw. I think it's The King of Newark. That's the movie. Y'all can find that anywhere online. Mm. Yeah, this is definitely a fixer upper. Definitely a fixer upper. Definitely a fixer upper situation. I would try to negotiate this price downward. Okay, wooden floor. Okay. Yeah, I'd definitely say 350. 350. I am not paying 475 for this 350, so I can put 50 in it, so it can be 600,000 appraised in 2 or 3 years. Because this definitely needs certain issues. Certain issues that's in there already. I am inspected fully. 112 South 11th Street, Newark. What is this? A imitation brownstone? This look like something that that's brownstone ish without the actual steps being refined. These steps and shit doesn't look. Yeah, the inside ain't bad. Inside ain't bad at all. Inside is definitely not bad. Shit is narrow as hell though. Shit is just very narrow, but the inside ain't bad. But this is 239 with a mortgage 11 under 1100. This must be in the heart of the hood. Wanda, I need you to give me some feedback on this. Is that the heart of the hood? 112 South 11th Street. Watts Imperial Heights. Yes, sir. That's definitely it. You definitely got that right. So you didn't grow up around Hispanics? That's funny. I thought you did. Dominican as hell on the phone. Pretty hard. No, it's not fun. No. You went to Newark last week, real, but complete rehabs in certain areas. Hmm. Complete rehabs in certain areas. Okay. Newark is a city 5 minutes to East Orange. Yeah, East Orange. Ain't that where they used to get busy back in '03 and shit? Around the area Cory Booker's at. Well, Cory Booker always keeps saying that he was in the heart of the hood, but people that was from East Orange said that he had Fort Knott security. He had armed goons ready to sound off when needed, so he literally was in the hood in a fortress. But he did better than Elijah Cummings. He got robbed in his hood in Baltimore. Okay, that's the thing. You can buy them cheap if they're in shambles. Fix it up, flip it for big profit. Well, I'm trying to fix and hold, but fix and flip and profit. You gotta be able to figure out what's the buy. Well, Newark. Why they're in Newark? You notice any real estate developers in that area? Do you do wholesale real estate? When it comes to real estate developers, do you figure out what the developer wants first, then try to give them the deal, or is it an area like that? Because I know there's certain properties that you can find in New Jersey to be able to wholesale. Man, the state is small, but it has a lot of houses and it has a lot of millionaires in it. It has 230,000 millionaires in that state. There has to be somebody with bread that wants to buy something, shop something. That's funny. NYC more than first. Yeah, because he had armed security. He had a militia team. He had Fort Knox security. Nothing can come in, nothing can come out. Seal in, seal out type security where he pretty much had goons for days. And to be honest, I wouldn't blame him neither. Because Newark, New Jersey is a rampantly, hyper violently crime city. And I don't even see how the homegirl Dana does it, but bless her heart. If anybody wants to come in, any new viewers that want to be able to come in or have any questions, click the link. Click the link. Click the link. Click the link. Anybody that wants to book a consultation, email me at bhmdf25@gmail.com. bhmdf25.com. Let's look at some more of these Newark real estate properties. Then we're gonna go back down to Texas. Wait a minute. Hold on. Yep, East Orange is my city. Crime rate used to be super high. It's not like that anymore. There is some streets. That's great. Where Whitney grew up and went to school. Okay. Wait a minute. Whitney who? Whitney Houston? Well, Whitney Houston is in New Jersey. Was from New Jersey. Brick City. not gonna lie, that's a hard ass name, Brick City. That's funny. Okay, we're gonna look at a couple more assets in these areas. Yeah, but 239. Why? You think I can get it for 280, 297? Negotiated downward cash offer certain situation. Cause man, these steps need work, bro. These steps do not look like the steps in Brooklyn. The brownstones in Brooklyn look better steps. The steps look like you fuck around and bust your ass and shit. Cause they ain't got proper gripping. Okay, let's look at the 335 situation. 359. Pardon me. 359, 6 bedroom, 4 bath. Oh man, these buildings look like mixed use buildings. This look like it could have been a bodega, but they said, nah, we're gonna reshift it. Yeah, the inside looks good. The outside looks like ugh. But the inside is decked out. The inside is decked out for real. It got nice wooden floors. The wall scheme is not outlandish, narrow as hell though. Definitely change that green wall. Definitely change this purple wall. Definitely gotta change that. Gotta change that to white. This is a crazy color house, but it got wooden floors. I would switch the carpet to wooden floors. Switch any carpet area into wooden floors needed. And this is on 116 Guardside Street. 6 bedroom, 4 bath. What year was this built? Don't tell me none of the years where it's built at. Back in '09, it was for $74,000. Now it's at 359. So I guess '09 was the time to be able to get in that area. Maybe that was the hood in '09. Maybe Guardside was the hood, because if it's 74 then on the tax records based on this website, when it was sold at, yeah, this thing was the hood and they developed the hell of that area. But yeah, man, 325, 315, 325, not necessarily on the market 360, but you know, this definitely look like a mixed use property, man. This does not look like a house, but I guess you got to do what you got to do, I guess. Oh, that was a crack house. Okay. Crack house. Oh man, that's funny. The owner has to be real desperate to bring it down, but you never know. That property interior looks nice. I'm telling you, man, that shit look nice. Shit, is that velvet? Like, yeah, like is that velvet? But what else in those areas, man? Like, because downtown, I noticed downtown Newark has the most opportunity zones in that area. Now, Newark had a water issue in 2018. Now, I need somebody that's from Newark that can give me the 411 on that. I got certain people say there ain't no issue. Certain people that say there's an issue in some areas. Yeah, you buy at your own risk. Yeah, that's definitely facts. That is definitely facts. But I hire somebody else to be able to come through. I get the property manager to come see it. Somebody that's familiar with that area. I am not doing that by myself. I ain't doing that really by myself, to be honest. I need sheriff's officers, to be honest, to escort me, and not some crooked ass Newark sheriff officers. I need my own people that check in with the local area police station, but not of the police station. I need my own goons. Cause boy, oh boy, it's gonna be a tough ass ride in them heart of the hoods, boy. You know that's why you need to carry a blammer with you. That's why a lot of real estate agents carry the hammer with them. Needed, they got to be with the click clacking business in order to be able to make sure, if anybody's trying to run up on them or try to run behind them with the house, they can be able to protect themselves at least. Okay, let me share my screen and we're gonna look at Houston homes. Well, we're gonna look at a couple more Newark houses because these houses and shit be be making me wonder, like, huh? Like, how is this? Wait a minute, this is a 9 bedroom, 3 bath. I swear these things ain't adding up. I heard that there was a lot of development in Newark and Patterson back in 2012. 474 South 13th Street. The mortgage is 2013, 499, 950. Man, these are some funny style built houses, man. I don't know, man. I'm so used to California style houses that anything that doesn't look like the houses I'm used to look weird. I don't know why these areas. Okay, let's look at the map. I want to see the aerial view. I'm trying to see if I can look at the area view where we can see how this neighborhood looks. Ugh. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can get it where we can see the block area. Oh man, this website is running too slow for me. Way too slow. Forget it. Forget it. Website works too slow for that, but I'm trying to see if I can find that area view of the area where I can see a satellite view of this area because these houses look. Now this house looks actually good from the outside to me. I like this. 107 Alexander Street, 295, 1200 mortgage, 42. Yes, this blue house right here. 295, 220. I would try to get this for 220, 230. Yeah, 220, 230. And I have to get my man Andrew to do this deal because he like to be in the heart of the hoods. That white boy crazy, but he my guy though. He don't mind being in the war zone to figure out where's the cheapest houses to fix and flip at. He carried a hammer with him, so he feels safe. My man Andrew feels safe. He carried a hammer with him when need to. Be like, uh, anyone that lived there doesn't want to stay. They want to stay there if they can't get out. Keep two gas in your belt. Okay. Okay, two Smith and Wesson. Matter of fact, Smith and Wesson stock is another stock that I put in the stock list, y'all. Y'all need to get my stock list chart updates. Definitely need to get my stock list chart updates. So the two Smith and Wessons will do. So okay, there was a fire damage property. 5-family 3-floor bed. East Orange for sale for 200,000, which is super cheap. The guy is getting 4K in rent each month. Whoa, 4K in month each rent. Shit. Patterson's worse than Newark. Patterson's much smaller. People don't know how to protect their blocks, so always doing dumb shit on being some organized. People never get nowhere. California houses are probably built better too. Carson, California has some nice houses, but you might find Del Amo people hanging out. You see, Sal, you gotta pass that. Every time I say that, people shout me down. If you don't pay taxes in your neighborhood, more than likely the residents do not care about the upkeep of their neighborhood. Exactly. You got people renting all day. But man, y'all, let me get up out of here, man. Respect to everybody, man. If y'all want to be able to get at me and get in contact with me, bhmdf25@gmail.com. If MLT, if you're listening to me, dog, I'm definitely gonna hit you up in the email. We can be able to talk. You get something set up, man. Well, Sal, here in California, man, they're really not. They're interchange. Technically they're interchangeable. If you're gonna get some real change, it has to be based off of, like I mentioned earlier, man. Like my plan for America was, anybody that's making 90,000 a year and below, 10%, 15% tax cut. Plus, California has the most terrible gun laws because you have right to retreat law. So if they run off with your shit, you can't gun them down. You gotta let them walk off. There has been cases of people slipping and falling in people's houses that were robbed in their house and successfully sued. So, certain dumbass queries like that, that's pretty much an issue. That's dumb issues. But if anybody want to get in contact with me when it comes to consultation, or a free question to ask, hit my email up, man. Definitely hit my email up. But it depends on the kind. It's really the policy, man. The policy got to be dramatically changing. It got to be sweeping change. So we got Falconer that's gonna say he gonna run for governor, but he doesn't have name recognition. People don't know who he is. Only how Schwarzenegger won as a Republican is because he had the name recognition. It's similar to Donald Trump's reign due to the fact that the name recognition of Schwarzenegger was so dominant. Plus, he had Terminator 3 that came out right when he won, right when he was campaigning and won. So, he had a lot of things lined up. The stars was aligned in order for that to happen. It was literally like the perfect storm, to be honest. Okay, the houses in the hundreds is where Ice Cube is from, sit on the hills near LAX airport. Yeah, LAX, hell, she nearby LAX and shit, she kicking it. She ain't gotta be in South Central no more. She ain't in the heart of the hood no more. So she pretty much doing her fruits of her labors. But yeah, man, let me get up out of here, man. Y'all funny, man. But if anybody wants to get in contact with me, man, that's my email. That's my email. Respect to everybody. Have a blessed and beautiful Super Bowl Sunday. Please stay safe and stay in the house if you can. If you're gonna drink, drink responsibly and get yourself an Uber. But RDF out.